morning, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream. Today, it's Ron. It is Brian Netto, sharp guy, looking next to me right now, looking all good and ready to go on a Saturday morning, a couple of 5 minutes before noon. Fast main track, firm, no turf course. All weather to be firm. I'm so used to saying it. No, we'll be back on the turf in a few weeks. Of course, they're doing some maintenance on it. It's a warm day, but it's a warm day all over the country.
Sure is.
It's not just here in South Florida, but we have fast main track all weather Topeka today. And what are we doing in the Rainbow Six? 125, I think I saw it. 125 is the guesstimate. 40,000 in the pool. Couple of chances to get it yesterday for $60,000 didn't come to fruition, but hey, you got to be in it to win it, as they always say.
You said it, Ronnie. Difficult sequence today.
Yes.
Look forward to seeing your ticket a little later on. Tough picks today, early 5 or late pick 5. Going to have some fun here.
Yeah, I got some wide open races this afternoon. They're starting it off in race number 1 with a mile and 70-yard race on the Topeka maiden claimers, and they are 3-year-olds and upward. We're going to scratch the 9 and 10. Please note the number 13 Van Cleef will get in and run today, and taking a couple of nibbles early on in the wagering there. 20 to 1 in the morning line. 15 to 1 right now, just something you should be aware of. And now we'll see Brian's early pick 5 ticket to see what he has going on.
2 big scratches in the opener. Both of those horses were on my ticket, and they had legitimate
really?
chances. Yeah, I thought so. I don't love this race. Race 2, I'm spreading in the 2-year-old race as well. I'm going to go outside with Team B and Cone on the 6. Cowboy Skins. Race 3, I'm on the inside with Gustavo Delgado. Tall Story is a single for me. Excuse me. Race 4, I've got the 3, Give Me Some Luck. I think we can get loose in there for Colin Mirage. And in race number 5, Ronnie, I've got the 8, and that is Simply Striking for the Jahaludi barn on the outside on a class drop today.
Yeah, 7 to 2 on the morning line. Getting back to this first race this afternoon. So many different ways to go in here, Brian. I don't know if you did. I did go with the number 1, My Foolish Notion, who we actually have a replay. We can show you that, and then we'll see what Brian's got going on. Got beat a nose last time.
Beat a nose last time and handled Secret Power, who actually beat, they flopped decisions. But this is a good effort now, and we have prolonged good form for My Foolish Notion for Herbie Miller, who's come alive a little bit here at the Royal Palm meet. That is good to see. Ocasio down on the inside. We've got a horse that's going to be close throughout. I think that's super important as well. And was comfortably ahead of Secret Power in this spot. Now, Secret Power has since run back and is wheeling back on pretty short rest. This is a winning kind of effort by My Foolish Notion. And I feel like Ron, of all these horses in the opening leg here, in the opening race for that matter too, I feel like he is the most trustworthy in this spot.
Yeah, because you have a horse like the number 6 horse in here, Give You Time, who drops to the bottom today in races. It looks like the one to beat. Trying those $35,000. Maiden's going 7 furlongs on the dirt for Carlos David. Solid numbers with those karma changes that the horse is making today. But why the drop?
Because he can't run. He's never beaten a horse in his life. I mean, he's been dead last in both of his races. What's this now? Combined 71 and a quarter lengths behind the two in his 2 races. Here he is for the bottom. He gets Herrera today. That's obviously a big positive. But I've never seen him in the weight room. I don't think he can lift 1,100 pounds and run with it. So. This is a homebred that's never taken any money either, so I'd be surprised.
The number 11 Jackpot Craze, certainly this Scott Jeffrey Jones. He's been doing well. He's 3 for 7 at the meet. Pete, let us know a little bit about it. He can run well in here. Just the post maybe is a concern.
Now, this is a claim for Jeff Jones, and all the other winners have been horses he's brought here. And this horse for Victor last time, Barboza, was really not very good at about 7 to 5, too. That's the worry. At least he gets 2 scratches to his inside to help him a little bit, but he gets Sammy Camacho as well. We'll have to. I'll see it. I'll have to see it before I believe it.
Race 2 this afternoon is going to be 5 furlongs. These are maiden 2-year-olds. No scratches or jockey changes. The number 1 horse is listed as a gelding. That's that first-time starter, Riada. I think it's pronounced. And I'll find that from Pete this afternoon. I guess Cowboy Skins might be the way to go. The barn is pretty good with their
Yeah.
2-year-olds, first-time starters.
I think so. I don't like the outside draw here, but with just 6 horses, I don't think it's as bad either. This is a proper race. We'll stretch them out to the full finish line today at 5 furlongs. Team Biancone so good with these lightly raced 2-year-olds. This is a debuting, 20% for the barn. There's some decent pedigree. Remember Pentathlon won the Army Mule here at the end of the championship meet. He's a half-brother to this one, so couldn't see any of these works, but looks like this horse could be forward, I think.
And Watson, a first-time starter from Nick Tomlinson, a couple of solid works in preparation. Most of them were on the farm, but coming in, and we'll see how this horse runs today for Arundel, who does a great job with their 2-year-olds.
Yeah, and I'm not positive. I feel like this is the first one. Nick Scott, Brian Cohen spreading the wealth a little bit, using a lot of different trainers we've seen this year.
What about the work you want to show on Godfidence? This owned and trained by Mary Leitner.
And Mary does such a good job, but first-time starters are not the MO. You're going to see a horse here break very slowly. That's a negative. But I will say this. This horse ran on pretty nicely once they got towards the wire. This is nothing, no great shakes, and that's a problem when they break this slow early. And these other 2 horses, well, Lamdara was going 3 furlongs. You can see her blitzing. She was for Herbie Miller. Ran okay the other day. But you can see now Godfidence picking it up a little bit here after the slow start. So I don't know about today for Godfidence, and again, with Mary being over 18, with first-time starters. But I think this is probably a horse that's going to get it done here at some point.
The number 4 Mitz is the only horse in the race with some experience. Want to show you a quick stat with Heather Smullen. It's not really what she does the best. And this is 2-year-olds making the second start, just a small sampling.
Right.
She's 1 for 16. Really nothing to gauge on. But Diego Herrera jumps aboard. And boys, that kid been doing well.
He certainly has. This horse was 13-1 and didn't really do a lot of running in his debut. But Ronnie hinted at it. Experience in these races is huge.
Race 3 is going to be 1 mile and 1/16 on the all-weather Tapeta. It's a claimer for 3-year-olds of 4 and up, which have never won 3 races. And we have no scratches in here. And both Brian and I went with the number 1 Tall Story, who's dropping down for Gustavo Delgado, and I think it's proper level maybe.
I agree, and I think he's probably just a little too classy for these. He's 0 for 2 on the Tapeta, but he's got a decent third. None of those were with Gustavo, who's now going to put him. They claim the source for 17.5, so it's not like they're giving up by any stretch of the imagination. He ran okay for a quarter, beaten 3 lengths on the turf. Now the drop on Tapeta. They're all looking up at him to me.
I wanted to mention Sulilan, who's debuting on Tapeta in the first start since reeling off back-to-back turf victories for Trinawan Rizzo, another horse that I had some success with. Spots. This is a 7-year-old son of Uncaptured. And if you look at this horse, one of my favorite horses way back when is the sire of Sufama Stack. I made so much money with that horse. Before they had all these figures into form, boy, I made some good scores with that. So a little bit of a sentimental pick for me.
Was he more than 5-2 in some of those races?
Yeah. Okay. A couple of times he might have been 50-1, but according to what I read on Twitter, I can't pick anything over 5-2. So taking shots at me on Twitter. A nice guy like me.
Santa Cruz homebred. You've had some success with this guy, this connection.
Yeah, just, taking a shot at 8-1 in the morning line. That's probably right. What about Complex, the number 7 horse? So you want to show that one?
Yeah, we're going to show you this. I don't want to beat up on a horse that was second, beaten less than a length, but I would think you're going to agree with me, Ronnie. You got to see this out.
Yeah, he had the lead there. You would think he was home free, and of course he lost that lead. So always something. Mark Cassie going to have Edwin Gonzalez's go-to rider in the saddle. I think he's going to take.
He's going to take a lot of money
in here. You know, if not favored second behind Tall Story because of the drop, he's certainly going to take a lot of money.
Yeah, and he's freewheeling right to the far turn. He is still open lengths clear in deep stretch. The winner is Gifted by Design. That's the 1 horse. And you can just see how late Complex is getting here. I just didn't really love this effort. Yeah. You would think that from there at 7-2 as well. It wasn't like he was 27-1. From there, you would think he would see that out.
Race 4 is going to be 1 mile 1/16 on Tapeta. It's a claiming event for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. Do have a jockey change on the number 2 Tater Maid, and that is Heriberto Figueroa. And Brian, you have the number 3. Give me some luck who you think could get loosey-goosey in here.
I think we should be clear on the lead. Now, what that means in the stretch, I don't know, but I don't see anybody in this race running with this horse early unless somebody wants to really change up their tactics. Your horse is certainly going to be close, but she's not a lead the race type of horse. Give Me Some Luck is loose. She's run okay on Tapeta in the past. She's got a couple wins on it. She comes in off a wire job on the turf. Let's try to just take a deep breath and see if she can last around here.
Yeah, she's 7 for 9 in the money on the all-weather surface. I did go with World Travel to try and make it 2 in a row after putting it all together in the second start. After that claim by Carlos David when she parlayed a stalking trip to win victory, she was the favorite that day at the same level on Tapeta. You know how good this barn is winning consecutive races. Sammy Camacho certainly adds to the appeal this afternoon for World Traveler. I had to use both these horses.
Yeah, she's so much the horse to beat. They're going to bet her hard, as I always do for these Carlos David runners. But, the path to the winner's circle clearly goes through her off that win last time.
And the 4, real quick, Das East Ales Ali is stepping up to open company, hold on to defeat those 12-5 contenders despite drifted through the stretch last time out, so I don't know what you...
You don't always love that.
Yeah, no.
But she's a big, big player. Ronnie makes a good point. He talked about this yesterday, though. Those are conditioned claimers at 12-5 with the B. Now we're stepping into open company with horses that have...
Big jump for me.
Big jump. I mean, the favorite here has got 7 lifetime wins. It looks like, if you're casually looking, it might look like a class drop. It's not the case.
Right. 5th race this afternoon is going to be a mile and 70 on the all-weather speed. It's a claimer for fillies, 3-year-olds of fillies and mares 4 and up, which have never won 3, or a date of December 13th, 25. Going to scratch the 2. Prayed for the girl. You went on the outside with the number 8 horse I might have missed this afternoon, and that is Simply Striking.
Horse that's getting some serious class relief. When you're running for 35 on the turf in the championship meet and right outside the championship meet, and now you're playing for a quarter on Tapeta, it's a huge, huge drop. I don't know if we're going to get loose on the lead, but we're going to be right there. This horse ran against a lot better on the Tapeta on January 16th. And, Ronnie, that was a layoff of well over a year. So I think we're in a really good spot today.
You know, the number 3 horse is a Tape Runner, makes her first start since Strong Clear. Now, she defeated a pair of, can't talk today, next down winners. Dazzling Cruiser came back and won like a $50,000 two-lifetime at Aqueduct, and Lotus Pedal won up at Woodbine. So the point I'm trying to make is these horses that ran in that race came out and won pretty good races. They didn't just win, 12-5 races. And Victor Barboza Jr. has Edwin Gonzalez in the saddle. And I wanted to show you a stat with Victor Barboza Jr. with the 61 to 180 day layoff with a winner last time out. 20%, 41% in the money, positive return of 173 for Tape Runner. So it's the old key race angle for me.
And it's the other Victor Barboza, too. And, she's 8-1 on the morning line, Ron.
What about Plain Champagne?
Plain Champagne. I want to show you, it's a turf race, but I want to show you the race last time. If you just kind of do a cursory look in the form and you say blocked in deep stretch, you're thinking, oh no, she had a world of trouble and she was going to win and all this, that. No, she was not doing anything at all. Now, I'm not disputing the comment line, okay, but here she is at the 3 horse and blocked in deep stretch. She checked for half a stride there.
Yeah.
Okay, she is going to get blocked in deep stretch here. She was also going to be 6th anyway in this race.
That was really not. She just had to steady a little bit.
Nothing happening there at all. And sometimes, again, this is not a spot where I'm disputing the running line, but you got to watch it and see that, she was blocked in deep stretch. Didn't cost her anything at all.
The number 1 horse, Mary Marguerite, is returning to Tapeta after it shows 4 solid workouts. I just thought this horse should run well this afternoon. She was walked off in a 25 starter allowance on the turf. Hey, it's David Fawkes. He had another win yesterday. And the workouts, the reason I mention that, you say walked off, but when you see 4 workouts and they're very strict about what horses are going to run here, you're not going to get into the race if you're not sound. So this horse certainly put a line through that race and look at the works.
The only thing I'm going to add, because I agree with everything that Ron just said, is that she's in for 25 It's not like she's in for 8. It's not like she's in for 10. So it's still, Dave's not giving her away here. I'll tell you what, if she's not 2-3 to 1 in here, no bueno at all. Dave has an extended great job. Our guy in the office, Eddie, was on the phone with him this morning. Dave was just beaming about Reef Runner. Why the heck wouldn't he be?
Yeah.
What a
Great
great job.
race that was. I hope to see him back here and running once again before he heads out on that summer-fall campaign to the Breeders' Cup. It's a bueno that the Rainbow Six is going to start in race number 6, but we'll first take a short break, and then we'll come back with the rest of the Saturday card.
Win big with new DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Well, I think what My Racehorse does is it gives owners an opportunity to get involved in the game.
Very much enjoy sharing the barn visits and those big wins.
Straight no chaser in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Authentic has won the Kentucky Derby.
It allows everybody to come together to own a horse, whether you own a micro fraction or you own 50%. It's the same feeling you get when they win.
I'm Dan Blacker.
I'm Safi Joseph Jr.
I'm Todd Pletcher, a trainer for My Racehorse.
Sees the grade, wins the Preakness.
Welcome back to Gulfstream. Today it's Ron, it's Brian, it's the 6th race. It's on the fast main track. It's 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds, straight 3-year-olds. We got the scratch of the 2, Neo Zapper, and it kicks off the Rainbow Six, 43-20 for me. I was just telling Brian during the break that my best bet today, Luda Body, was scratched, so I have no single. We'll talk about the 6th race. Just too deep for me in race 7. I like the 4 in there, Turkish Flame, but I used the 2, Flatter, Fanatic. If I could go a little deeper, I would in there. 8th race 3 for me. My top pick is Ace Ventura, but we're going to show you replay of horses that hit the wire together in there. Race number 9, 3 deep for me. My top pick is the 7, Billy Bob. In race number 10, we had a Luda Body scratch along with Accelerate Me, so looks like 3-4 to the hoop for me, and the 3 being Sneak Preview along with the 4 Santos to Wilson. And in the last race, 3 deep for me. My top pick is the 4 Courts for Doug Nunn, but I also used the 7 Leo's Rocket and the number 6 Image. So not an easy sequence. I could have went 86-40 very easily, if not more.
I agree wholeheartedly with that assessment. It's very difficult. A few scratches like a Luda Body that you can't lean on anymore really, I think, widens some of these races.
Now, race number 6, where'd you start it, Brian?
Where did I start it, Ronnie? Race number 6, I was looking at, I'm on the 3 here. This is my best bet of the day.
Irish Ado.
Irish Ado looked like a horse in his debut that just maybe didn't know what the heck he was supposed to do out there. He was chasing early, started dropping back, entering the far turn. Then he kind of maybe figured it out a little bit and rebroke and showed some interest, and then tired because I think of all the exploits in the middle of the race for him. Project Pat was good that day for Jose D'Angelo. I would expect a lot better from Irish Ado today. And Ronnie's got him on top, too. And if we get better from Irish Ado today, I don't really see them.
I found an interesting stat with Bobby DeBona making its 2nd start in sprint races. 1 for 7, 14%. I thought it would be more, but it's only 2nd career start. It's 57%, 146. So he doesn't do this a lot. Most of his horses are claimers, and they're not really first-time starters making their 2nd start.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Bobby has gotten much better stock in the last, we'll say, 2 years or so. But as Ronnie alluded to, the majority of his work has been in the claiming ranks and bringing up horses, whereas Irish Ado was a first-time starter. These Yalpons have been runners. They paid $67 for this horse. I would expect a big move forward. And Ronnie likes this angle too. He debuted at 7 furlongs.
Yeah.
That is very difficult.
Yeah.
The cutback today is not going to hurt him one bit.
And Bobby just going so good. All his horses, if they haven't won, they've run well. What about the 5 Jalapeno for Carlos David? First time, started its campaign with Lasix and Sammy Camacho in the saddle.
The drill that we were able to see on XBTV was on May 24th. I didn't love it. He was pushed pretty good that day, but he has subsequently come back and worked really good, at least on paper. Couldn't see it, but at least on paper on May 31st. Watch the tote board. He certainly looks like, to me, the main danger.
Quick work on Demolition. Demolition, yeah, right. This one, 2 starts back, was a bullet, right?
Yeah, we're going to show it to you. And while you're watching this, remember now, I'm going to add to this too. On June 7th, he worked with Riata Way, who's in the 2-year-old race. I thought Riata Way worked better than him. Yeah. What's going on here, Ronnie? They're asking this horse quite a bit. You can see him shaking him, give him a cross, and now he's under a pretty aggressive move. He slows up a little bit here, but they urge this horse to get this bullet. And sometimes not all bullets are the same, and that's kind of what I wanted to show. He did extend here pretty nicely, and this is a first-time starter, but he was asked pretty good to get this bullet. I do like what you're seeing there, though, running on late. They paid $135 for a global campaign. That's a lot.
Let's go to race 7, mile 16th on Topita Claimers. These are fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2, no scratches. And the race kicks off the late pick 5. Brian's got number 7, Great Actress on top.
Brian's ticket was, I believe, $180 before he had to do some work to get this to a more manageable amount, and that just goes back to show what I was talking about when Ronnie was rainbowing it up here. It's a difficult sequence. You can see the early double for me is a 4x4, race 8. I've got the 7 on top, Holy Stick. Maybe that could be the single. I went with the other Amador horse to single. And that in race 9, Demache Gras is my single. In race 10, I had a force single, Ron, of the 4, Santos to Wilson, back on the drop. I feel like it's a little drop, and it's a big move today to Edwin Gonzalez. And in race 11, this is my long shot. My Mom Forever. I'm going to show you why I thought worked really good, this homebred for Happy Alter. $32.
Let's go to race number 7 this afternoon. And Brian, how'd you kick this one off?
Well, we got all the same horses. We just boggled them around a little bit. I thought Great Actress, the 7, she didn't run poorly for Vitali in what was her Topita debut. She kind of middle moved to the front and then tired a little bit late. I like her post position today. 2 of the horses that beat her are back today, including your top pick, Turkish Flame, along with Flatter Fanatic. I think maybe she could turn the tables on them with her Topita race behind her now.
Yeah, you mentioned Turkish Flame sitting on a winning performance, I think, today after following the 17-5 maiden victory. Rallies at second, the first race against winners for Danny Hurtak, Diego Herrera to ride. All the reasons you mentioned for Great Actress, along with Flatter Fanatic in there. Race number 8 this afternoon, sprinting 5.5 furlongs. These are Claimers, 4-year-olds and upward. And as I mentioned when I was doing my rainbow, and I'm sure you did, Ace Ventura, Entendre, and Prince David, they were ding-donging it to the wire.
I'll show it to you right now. Entendre won over Ace, who was a neck behind. Prince David a little further back at 7-2, and he gets a little weight break from these dudes today. He gets 7 pounds from them. Really, honestly, good efforts by all of them, Ron. I'm not taking anything away. Entendre, I thought, was a little bit implausible, but he got the job done. Ace Ventura with a confident look from Marcos Meneses there on the far turn. Just couldn't quite get there, but he middle moved, I think, and he got pressured. When I say he middle moved to kick clear after dueling early. He really ran the best race in here. If all things being equal, Entendre was sitting back licking his chops while Ace Ventura was doing all this dirty work. Diego Herrera aboard Ace Ventura today. It's tough to take anything away from any of them. They both ran very, very well. You can see Prince David. He's a little farther back to me in third in this spot.
You know, Ace, the Amador Sanchez, I believe, is what is it, 12 for 8, 16 in the morning. You're going to get the 3 wins. But all the horses that returned from Evangeline Downs have run well.
They have.
They have run well, and Ace Ventura being one of them. So we'll see how that plays out this afternoon. I want to show you a stat on the number 7, who Brian has on top, is the Amador Sanchez. This is the other one, Holy Stick, and you can see this is a claiming drop of 50%, solid 21%. 55% in the money, 143.
I'm doing something I never ever do, Ron, and this is kind of an embarrassing pick for me, maybe. Source hasn't won a race in over 2 years. He's 0 for 8 at Gulfstream as well. He is dropping seismically out of his last 5 races, and he ran well for 12.5 behind Shibwe, and those are hard knockers. He's got a great post today. He is, to me, hands down, clearly the horse to beat.
And he's getting the apprentice Ronaldo Rodriguez, who has not run here yet. He's got 7 career wins, according to my daily racing form in front of me. So always good to see these young jockeys, see what we get this afternoon. Race number 9 is going to be 1 mile and 70 yards on the Tapeta. And this is where the Sunset 6 is going to kick off. We'll be telling you about that. Claimers, 3-year-olds and upward. Never won 2 in life. Scratch the 3. Laser, the 4. Dynamic Empire, and on the outside, scratch the number 13, which Brian and I deal with every day, Candy Addiction. You went with Damanche Gras. I think this was one of your singles.
Yeah, this is a tread very lightly here. People that want to sweep the rainbow will buy this race today, and that's because you have no idea what you're getting here for Damanche Gras. Here's Nick Tomlinson now training for Bruno Schickendas. I think Nick might have been the only trainer on the grounds Bruno hasn't used. But Nick does such a good job with his stock, and it just looks like on paper, well, there's 2 things happening here. It's either this horse is in for 8 to get a win, or this horse can't run anymore. We're going to find out a lot more at about 4:37 in the p.m. I'm going to go with the former because this horse is dropping stiffly from a December 5th race. It's the last time he's been seen. Ron, maybe this is just where he's supposed to be.
Well, you know, I went with the number 7, Hillbilly Bob, who goes to the Amador Sanchez barn. After the claim turns back to the mile 70. You can look at his last race. He set the pace and, got caught late against this level of competition. That was going 8.5 furlongs on the all-weather surface. The barn really solid, 24% with new claims. You get Miguel Vasquez in the saddle. But like Brian said, Hillbilly Bob looks good. Damanche Gras looks good. And what do we get with Esperanzito, who goes to an outside post today?
Here's the problem with Hillbilly Bob. He was my best bet of the day. He ran fine last time, but he was beaten. He beat Esperanzito by a length. I don't know. I'm not looking at this race like Esperanzito's a huge player in here. You got him a little higher than I do. Ken Sweezy does a pretty darn good job, and I know Amador does too, but he couldn't get Hillbilly Bob going, so I'm not in love with that race. That's why I put him underneath. That's why I singled Damanche Gras.
Well, we both have the number 12 Swamp Fox a little further down, but we do have a replay for Ron O'Coy that we want to show.
Yeah, we're going to show a horse that I think you can fade Swamp Fox, Ron. What more do you want? What better trip do you want here? You got 2 horses absolutely dueling on the front end through very, very honest fractions. You're 8-5 for Phil Antonacci, and the best you can do is 3rd. You can't even run Lomax, comes from the back. So here's the winner, Complex. He keeps going. You're getting the dream run up the inside here, and you're going to tip out, and this is all you can do, run 3rd. I didn't like it at all, and Phil Antonacci is so good. Not that Ronald Coy's not, don't get me wrong, but I don't know how much more you're giving off this race. He's got this horse working a bullet on the main track on June 6th. I'm okay fading this horse today, Ron.
Well, we both got him in a super,
down below.
super spot. Yeah, of course, you can grab a share. As you mentioned, you didn't run that bad. You got to deal with the outside post, too. Yep. Race number 10 this afternoon, 1 mile on the fast main track. It's a starter optional claimer for 3-year-olds and upward. And as I mentioned earlier today, we're going to scratch Lou the Body and the number 7, Accelerate Me. So we're dealing with a 5-horse field here, and it looks like 3-4-1, 3-4-2, 4-3 to the hoop. So you started with the number 4, Santos to Wilson.
It's a big jock move for this horse today, and it's no disrespect to Torrealba whatsoever, but we're getting a former leading jockey here in Edwin Gonzalez today, and I think that's a huge deal. He was a neck behind Sneak Preview in his last start, and I think he's got more speed than him. He's on the outside of him, too. I think those are all advantageous things, and I think getting Edwin is the biggest one.
Well, I think the number 3 horse is really going to miss the pace scenario from Lou Body. He's running well in a pair at the distance since that claim by Mark Paisley back in April. He's a son of Arrogate, and I think he needs to have more pace up front. And with Lou Body out, I think it's going to affect him a little bit. Santos to Wilson, as you mentioned, he proved he can compete with these, shipping in from Tampa.
Yeah, and he's got 3 wins here, too. He was a really, really nice horse back in the day for Amity. It just hasn't gone. He's obviously lost some on his fastball. I think he's in a good spot today to turn the tables, Ron.
Yeah, you get Sam Walensky with Swaggish, and you also have the 2-horse Brooklyn guy. Hey, Brooklyn guy, you know what I mean? So we'll see how that plays out. Race number 11 this afternoon. That's where the Coast to Coast is going to start, too. And it's starting. No, it's Leg B.
Race 8, early today.
Yeah, earlier it starts. It's Leg B. Race number 11 is going to be 5 1/2 furlongs on the Tapeta. It's a maiden claimer for 3-year-olds and upward. And you started it off with My Mom Forever, a first-time starter from Happy Altar. And you're going to show that race at the work from the gate.
Yeah, this is a good move by this horse here. The works were, they weren't really all that much. And then this horse gets, here you can see it here. This is June 7th now. If you print it early, you're not going to see this. But this is, I thought this was a really good work, Ron. She's going well in hand here. And you can see she's on the Tapeta here. And she's working way better than, at least on paper, than these dirt drills. And look at her level off nicely. I don't know if they're going to bet this horse. She's in for 17.5. She's a homebred. Happy's not getting creative here. This is a very, very strong hold. I don't know if they're going to bet her or not. I don't think of Happy Altar as a guy they send it in on. You got horses that are clearly going to play, like the 2 and the 4. She's my long shot. Watch the tote board. We'll see. What we showed you there was pretty impressive, I thought.
The number 4 Courts moves to the Douglas Nunbarn after the claim. Failed to catch that repeat winner, Iron the Money. I think that was your pick last week. Going 5 on the Tapeta. It's the son of a Leinster. Jumps up to the 17.5 level. Jonathan Ocasio in the saddles today. Yeah, okay, I think he figures in here. I don't know if he's, unbelievable jumps off the page, but I think he can run well.
I think he's the one to beat, at least from the experienced runners. Not that there's a slew of them in here, but those are 2 really, really good efforts. 2 back-to-back neck and head losses bugs me a little bit.
Number 7, I want to mention real quick, Leo's Rocket, listed as a gelding, goes to the Ronald Coy barn after the claim, stretches out to 5.5, rallied to finish 3rd against this same type, going 5. Lionel Reyes jumps aboard. I thought maybe this horse can grab a little bit of the Triad Super.
He's a big, huge player in here. You have to use this horse if you're playing a Rainbow 6 ticket, if you're playing any of these late horizontals. Absolute must-use. I love the first-time gelding angle, too.
Well, that is it for the 11 races, but we're not done. We got a lightning round this afternoon, and nothing like going to Europe this time of year.
Yeah, you do that. You used to do that a lot.
I did it last year. It was actually a little later than this. Now it's really nice, and I'm talking about Royal. Let me get this right. Ascot.
There you go. You got to smooth into that. Ascot.
For Celtic Dispute, who, of course, we've had, as we said, we've had so much success with these horses running over. They don't win. They run their eyeballs out.
Yep, these Royal Palm winners that have gone over to Royal Ascot and run so well. Celtic Dispute for Nick Palmer. I was really impressed with the way she won the Royal Palm race on the lead and just kept on going. We know speed can play over there in those types of races. I'm not sure about the course conditions yet as they kick off next Tuesday, but very, very exciting, especially for Nick and his family, who we get to see pretty much each and every day here as a very the group, very family oriented with what they do.
How about the sire? How well has the sire been doing? Second-year sire, I believe. They've just been doing so great with the horses on both turf and dirt and Tapeta. So Leinster, so good luck, I should say, to all of those and that over there in sunny old England. And, of course, next Saturday, is it? Father's Day?
I'm pretty sure it's next Sunday.
next Sunday.
Yeah, you're a dad. You're supposed to know that. I'm not a dad.
No, I just wait for the present.
This is going to be a fun 11 races today.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Celebrated at 10 Palms. They do such a great job up there. Dad, who's better than Dad? Other than Mom, who's better than Dad? So bring them out here and have a real fun day at the races.
We sort of touched on the fact that we got the Sunset Six and the Coast to Coast this afternoon. And the Sunset Six is going to start in race 9 today, right? 9, 10, 11.
9,
I don't
10,
know if that's
11.
up front. No, the Coast to Coast would be first. 2 races here, 4:36, 5:36, 6:36, 7, almost 3 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours and 59 minutes
Yeah.
today. Santa Anita will run on Monday. Don't forget, we'll remind you. Closing day for them. The
Free admission.
Free admission? I didn't see that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, free admission. No, look at this carryover. 3,000. This is a tough one to hit, but boy, when you hit it, you really get paid.
Yep, they'll put it in today on a carryover day. Looking forward to that.
I lost my best
Lou.
bet today, Brian. So what's
who
yours?
is my best bet? Bobby DeBono. It's going to be a
Bobby
short price
DeBono.
with a couple scratches in
Irish
there.
do. Long shot for you.
Long shot for me is happy in the finale. We're going to see My Mom Forever. Let's watch the tote board there.
I got in race number, I believe it's race number 5 with Tape Runner coming out of that key race. A couple of horses come out and win some pretty nice races up north. So Tape Runner for me, 8-1 on the morning line. That's it for us. We're going to turn it over to Peter Aiello. Boy, it's going to be a rough day if I keep going like I've been going now. Good luck, everybody.